Why do you hate your life? I am not really made to be happy. Not in terms of God or fate or whatever some more spiritual people might believe. I think it's just the way my brain and genetics are, but I am starting to genuinely accept that I will always have much more trouble finding genuine joy than people around me. I don't come off as negative to my friends, which is really good and I'm glad about it. I don't sit around complaining, and I'm a great listener and funny. But I'm not genuinely happy. I recently got a therapist, and I'm working on it. I'm glad I did, because although I haven't said this to many people or very often, the immediate tendency is for people to go, well, nobody's very happy, and minimize everything I'm saying. But although that may well be true, the truth is that you can tell when someone is miserable and not taking joy in things versus the opposite. My friends all laugh much more than I do. They all look forward to things more than I do. They'll come home and tell me about something that made them happy, and I can tell it genuinely made them happy. They'll work hard for a reward and then have that reward, like a treat or something, and that'll genuinely gratify them. None of that works for me. I feel like a robot. Actually, what I feel like is that my head and body are disconnected. I can think, oh, that's good, but I don't viscerally feel happy. Same for sadness, although sometimes negative emotions are stronger than positive. It sucks, because my head is always busy with no consequences. For instance, I know that my parents paid my tuition and in my head I understand what that means, but I don't feel gratitude, and so the gratitude I try to show them is false, if that makes sense. I've wondered if I'm sociopathic, but in my heart I know I'm not. I have and have always had feelings, just for the past few years they've been really hard to access. My friends may well have deep problems. I know for sure that some of them do, and I don't mean to minimize that either. But there's also definitely some deep contentment in all of the people I know that keeps them working hard for something in the future that I don't have. We're graduating soon, and all my friends are actively excited. I can see it. Not only don't I feel that excitement now, but it's a common theme in my life to be less excited or drawn in or gratified by anything that the people around me are gratified by. I'm starting to give up. I don't want to fake my emotions for the rest of my life, but that's all the emotion that I have. I'll tell people I'm happy for them when something nice happens, and I'm not sad or unhappy or jealous, but I'm not happy either. It's like that for everything. It's like watching a comedy movie that you don't think is funny, when people are in hysterical laughter around you, and you want to laugh but you just honestly don't find it funny. Or something like talking about intimacy when you have a low intimacy drive, like, you have access to the thing, but you just get no joy from it. And because of that, there's no pull towards taking opportunities offered to me. There are events I could go to, but all I can think is why? There's no push away, so sometimes when one of my friends drags me that's enough of a pull towards something to make me do it. But if left alone, why would I do that? I know I won't get joy from it. And on the occasions I do go, I'm right, it's at most neutral, with maybe some negatives, like social anxiety or boredom. I'm 22 and I feel like I'm jaded and drained. I don't feel sheltered from things I like. On the contrary, I feel like I've tried enough things to know that I don't like any of them, and I genuinely can't think of anything I would like better. I play an instrument, I'm a good student, I've had boyfriends, I've worked jobs, I've traveled and learned languages, I've worked hard and not worked hard, I've done exercise and sports. None of it brings me joy. I don't find meaning or reward in anything. My roommate's dad visited and we chatted for a little bit, and he was telling me about how he loves architecture and craft beer and good coffee and chocolate. He really, genuinely lit up when talking about that, and suggested brands I should try, and all I could think was wow, this 60-year-old guy really finds meaning and happiness in this small thing. And the overwhelming feeling in my head was that I know for sure that I don't find meanings in those things, or anything, although I didn't feel anything in my body, because I don't really have feelings anymore. I don't see an end to this. I don't see me suddenly in 4 years being really excited by soccer or popsicle stick crafting out of nowhere. What I see is me growing older and finding less and less meaning, because things just get older and less exciting, right? Again, I don't hang around moping about this. Only my therapist has heard it. I don't think my friends know this at all, but it's something that I'm really struggling with. Other people must find meaning in something, because if everyone felt for their whole lives as I feel now, nothing would ever happen. I feel like Belle from Beauty and the Beast, when she's talking about her town. There must be more than this. There is no way that this crappy to neutral is all the emotions anyone ever has. Nobody would ever get anything done.